Meow. Meow. Live. With graphics. Probably. Beep, 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 beep. 1 second. Post. Yeah. No, I'm gonna do it in a bit. 1 sec. Love you too. Good night. Oh man. Okay, do I have my chat open? Good night. Goodbye. God bless you too. Or bendición. Oh wait, 1 second. 1 second, guys. Okay. Let me get chat open. It'll be kind of a bad deal, a little bump deal if I can't read what people say. I'd feel mean. Like a bully. You're not a bully. Like a neglectful father. Maybe. But you're not the best. Analogy. That boy right there. Sweet. Onto the CRT you go. The CRT of honor. And go to Blue Sky. No, not Bluehost. I want to go to Blue Sky. Ah. Get starter shown. What am I doing? There we go. Image. An image. Typically better than a thumbnail. Okay. Boost. Meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Let's see what today incurs for us. Should probably close some of this stuff. What do I have here? NVIDIA. Yeah, I was looking at this earlier. Software versus hardware acceleration. This thread is kind of amazing. I was typing up a message too, and I just never did. Should probably do that at some point. Just encouraging the guy. Anyways, no Reddit. Reddit bad. Reddit bad. That's good. I like this series, but nah. Let's not be distracted today. I think on Newgrounds. Nope. One day I shall actually post something. But until that day comes, we shall not. Okay. I think we cleaned up tabs a little bit. And we have, let's talk about agendas for today. Agendas for today. In fact, we're going to do the, as per usual, mighty Vim terminal to write down everything we're going to be doing. So, looking back here. Is my audio all right? It feels a little bit quiet. If I'm going to be honest with you. Not sure why that's the case. I think I have padding on. or something like that. I need to have a thing. I don't know. That should be louder now. Cool. What's up, Safari? Gaming? Yes, it is. Audio is audible. Let's make it more audible. Why not? Game is gaming, though. Game is gaming. There's some stuff I need to fix, like this audio thing that is not happening. I really wanted to have a cool effect where audio plays when we pick up dust, but it's kind of glitchy right now, so that's a whole different thing. But the game is coming along. We have a lot more of the level kind of coming through. We have fixed our shadow casting stuff, and how the lighting is baked, and I mean there's some little shadow acne here, but honestly it's kind of fine for what we're trying to do, weirdly enough. So there is a fix for it, but I'm just not going to implement it. Yeah, it's cool stuff though, and I think today we're going to be focusing on some more graphic stuff. So we got rid of this normal map thing for sprites and for other shaders in general, but we had them before, where like if the player was looking at the sun like they're currently doing, they would have a little bit of the top illuminated and whatnot, and that looked really cool. It looked really good. But what should I call it? Well, it was causing issues. So I think what I'm going to do today is make sprites for the characters specifically, not only to do the normal map thing, but specifically also to have a cool visual effect where as the player's HP gets lower, the character visibly starts having the miasma shader effect that's currently on the ground. So it starts off with like a little bit, and then it starts growing the more and more the player gets consumed. And it's going to be helpful too, because if we want to have NPCs who are kind of having various levels of that, we can also apply that to them too, which is cool. It just has a lot of utility to it. So probably going to make the shader for that today. Maybe design the NPC that's for this room, that's supposed to be here. And if you want to be really stretch goalie, we can try implementing a pickup mechanic where the player can actually yoink an object and carry it around with them. And that's going to have some ramifications, like when they're holding an object, they can't jump, they can only move, and they have to use a different sprite. And they can't dash. Like, there's a bunch of things they just shouldn't be able to do when they have carrying an object. And then we can make, it's going to open up some doors for some little level design stuff. Yeah, let's actually make a whole list, because there's a bunch of things I really want to do. And it's not going to happen tonight, probably. But better to have it written down than to forget, right? So as far as shaders concerned, custom, not custom, it's just character sprite shader, and then akin to that, there's also another thing I want to play around with is rounded light values. So instead of having smooth lighting, actually have it be kind of weirdly almost pixelated. I think it will have that effect. I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe it's gonna have more posturized kind of a visual effect, but we'll see. I just want to play around with that. I think it'll be cool to play to see what happens. So we have those two things. The next thing is player pickup mechanic. That's gonna be a whole thing, but I suspect it's not gonna be that crazy in all honesty. Which is gonna require sprites, grabbing sprites, I suppose. So like a sprite set for the player running around with holding something, and then I think that's actually it. It's just one sprite set of the player running around while carrying a thing. And then there's the actual implementation, which is not crazy at all. The player should be able to jump when holding an object. It's just that the object goes really high into the sky and will fall on their head, killing them instantly at random points in the game. That's goofy. There is some weird stuff, though, that currently exists where the player can get squashed by game objects, but they don't die or anything. Like, there's no code for them to die. That's not an implemented thing. But what does happen is they clip into the ground, but then they pop back up once the space is available. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of a goofy effect that happens. We also have to figure out this whole issue where the player can get stuck. I need to remove the colliders from the tree leaves. That's kind of dumb. Or at the very least have like a go back to last checkpoint thing, so if the player gets stuck in some way, they can always just do that. Beep. Oh, I had a crash, didn't I? My PC crashed after stream last time, so that little hazard I put there is gone now. Oh, that sucks. I'm glad it's only that got lost and nothing more substantial. I remember doing a lot of designs that stream that would have heartbroken me. Oh, I don't have the dash ability, do I? Oh, this is gonna be so long. I didn't get the pickup. I was supposed to get the pickup, and I didn't get the pickup, so now we have to walk. It's a walking simulator. Why is this not playing? This whole audio thing is making me a little bit mad. There's a whole thing I have to fix here. Audio is just not working the way I want it to. I tried doing it last night, but I was a little sleepy and tuckered out, and kind of did some humongo changes. Like, these things would be a great example for things that can be picked up. Anyways, let me show you the bug. Or I guess maybe not bug, but I guess feature. Yeah, you can just get bonk in there. Let me see if I can. It's very goofy. I kind of don't want to like add anything to it. Just keep it like that. Don't punish the player, but also like, I don't know. It's a weird quirk that exists. I don't know. I think it's goofy. Yeah, of course. Weird effects. Yeah, this is the audio bugs I told you about. I don't know how it triggers. It's a whole bunch of weird stuff I'm doing. But that's not the problem for today. That's going to be an off-stream problem because it's not very fun to do. It's just a lot of me thinking. Player pickup mechanic, grab sprites, that's not crazy, yada yada yada. What's the other thing I want to do? Oh yeah, art. Design new characters. So I already did some writing. We need it for at least 2 new characters. So I could just do that. I could just have this be an art stream and just iterate through a bunch of ideas and see what sticks and what doesn't. That wouldn't be bad. That'd be kind of cool, in all honesty. I wouldn't be opposed to it. If the player gets squashed by the platform, they have to handwrite a doom. Wait, what are you talking about? Okay, one second. I have this on a CRT, so it's not as easy to read. Handwrite a Doom map in UDMF, I don't even know what that is, and get it trending on Doomworld to progress. That is goofy. I don't even know how you go about enforcing it. I'd have to end up installing malware in their computer. That's what this game is going to have to be. To monitor that they actually do that. You basically have to make a keylogger. Just to monitor everything they do. Basically Copilot. We just have to make Copilot. It'll be great. The kids will love it. The kids will love it. Okay. Let me do this shading thing first though, because I'm just kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I theorize it's just going to be kind of like posturization, but where you just have color groups and it's not going to be very pixely. It's going to be just kind of weirdly smooth, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. So let's go to light model. Let's go to it's gonna be like 2 lines. Let's go to the per pixel lighting pipeline. Cozy light fragment. Per pixel light fragment. There we go. And then okay, that's a fog. Here's a lit color. The lit color. Oh no, here's the luminance value you're using. Luminance. It's not actually luminance at all. It's some weird arbitrary value range I've defined. Okay. So here's a step we're gonna do. Equals round interval, yes. Luminance. And then the amount of places. Okay, nothing crazy so far. Okay, that's a little crazier. Okay, so it's kind of doing what we're talking about, like it's like discrete color groups for lights. Simple malware to get the player's address and hiring mercenary to hold them at gunpoint till the map gets completed. It's like when your teacher held you after school and forced you to do your homework when everyone else was outside playing and enjoying their time. Good times. Yeah, so this kind of creates discrete color groups for the lights. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if I like it, if I'm gonna be honest with you. In fact, I kind of don't, because it kind of is, like it kind of subverts what I was trying to do with the smoothing. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder how would you get like lighting and shadows to be aligned with the actual geometry it's on. I think that'd be more aligned with like having light baking, which is not what we're doing. We're kind of doing something akin to that, but it's very different. And of course, the more we add, the more it's going to start approaching that, but it's still just kind of generating light groups. Yeah, okay. It's kind of a bust. Kind of a bust. Kind of a cool effect, not gonna lie. Cool effect, but nah. I think we're good. I think we could just definitely nuke that out. Nice. Good enough. Good enough. Cool. So now that that's done, what were we doing? What were we considering doing? I don't know. Something. Okay, we're gonna do some shaders. That's what we're gonna do. Actually, out of curiosity, where is the player? And where is the per pixel lighting stuff? Because we're gonna have to do a custom thing for them. They're gonna be part of the lighting pipeline, but it's gonna be kind of different. per pixel fragment. Yep, we're gonna yoink this code here. And we're gonna do stuff differently. We're gonna do a lot of this stuff different. Okay, let's make a new. Let's go to assets, and we shall go to character, or maybe shaders. What do we have here? Cozy character shader dot shader. I mean, not character, but a sprite shader. How are we using it for characters? Let's keep it specific. Pacific. Is there any time we're not going to use it for shader characters? I don't know. Let's make it general. Sprite shader. Okay. I feel kind of tempted to do start working on the Cozy OS idea, and just take today to learn some CPP and some WASM and WebG or WebGPU. And maybe I'm gonna have a day where I do that. But I don't know. I still want to be kind of productive and get some stuff done here. Really, you have to actually go to Unity, let it recompute stuff, and then be like, hey, hopefully Rider detects that I created this file, right? Hopefully they detect it. And then I can go, oh, Cozy sprite. Yeah, now it pops up. That's so annoying because the whole point of going to Git and then doing touch to create a file is because I just want to get in there without having to use a mouse. And yeah, I guess I can go to Unity and do that. It's just sometimes I have to actually click to trigger the recompilation, and it just bothers me. Rider, let me just make a file and then go into it, start populating it. Why you gotta get me on this rigmarole? Okay, so we have to reference another shader, which I think is Cozy Surface. I think that's a simple one. Yep. This is going to be very simple though, because we're going to be using just the per pixel stuff. This is going to be hard baked into the sprite. I don't think I'm ever going to use per vertex lighting on here. The whole point is to make the sprites look pretty. And that was the whole point of this. All these years in Academy was just for this moment. Okay, so we got this stuff going on here. That's pretty cool. We have this whole discarding thing. That's fine. Cozy light fragment. No, I don't think so. No, I would like to yoink this whole method, please. Yes, thank you. So that we can do the thing we're gonna do, but add a little bit more pizzazz. A little sauce, if you will. Oh, it's a beefy method. That's a beefcake. Come on. There we go. Nope. Still not indented properly. There we go. Is it still not indented? Okay, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay. Very cool. Cozy light. Cozy sprite. Okay. And we have our bump map, texture. Oh, beautiful. Everything is just available there. Everything is just available off the rip. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So, big difference here is we're actually going to be factoring in our normal into this. And I have a stupid calculation for this here. Is there a way to get the tangent? Tangent space rotation. I actually never had to get the tangent before. I think some of the weird wonky stuff in my calculation is just coming from having the tangent. Or not using the tangent. Let's see if we have this available. Actually, how do you even go about doing it? Unity, GLSL or HLSL. Get tangent. That's not anything I want here. Yeah, that's okay. This actually is related to what I'm looking for, I think. Vertex attribute tangent. Okay, so that had to be a vector 4 to get it. Okay. Cool. Nice to know. And we're also going to include this float 4, tangent, text chord. I don't know where we're at right now. Text chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds reasonable to me. And then it's gonna be an object space, I'm assuming. Do you even have the vertex pass here? I guess we don't. Yeah, I guess. Oh no, it's here. Sweet. What gets returned? We return v2f, so we have to do o dot tangent equals v dot tangent. Like how I named it wrong. Tangent. Oh, I did it here too. Tangent. Or get. Not tangent. Foolish. Okay. And now... what method I even copy here? PPL frag. Okay. What are you taking? Albedo and I. Okay, we can do that. That's actually very easy. It's like wow, it's like I designed this reasonably or something. That's kind of crazy, considering I didn't really think I was doing very good with this. Very cool. No! Collision and naming. Not crazy though. Very cool. So nice. We have this going on here, and now we are afforded many things. Okay. So where's the normal use for all this point light processing? We use the world normal. Everything's relative to world space. So at some point we're going to translate these vectors to world space. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this cool thing where I just get rid of like 90% of the stuff here because it's nonsense. And then we will figure out the rest from here. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Yeah, it sounds fantastic. So this normal map is gonna be containing some value. Oh, we have to convert components. That's right. Because it's only a value from 0 to 1. And we need those vectors to really represent -1 to 1. And I hate this annotation. We should make this actually use like actual like mathematical notation for range definitions. To just eliminate ambiguity. Cool. So we have normal map value there. Very nice. 1 or 1 on either the XY plane. Not factoring in Z. That's fine. But let me look at something real quick. Sprite has a very convenient thing where they have like a little normal map wheel. No, I didn't mean to close it. Get back here. What are you doing? Nope. That doesn't matter. And then we would like to use, the normal map wheel. Now, let's check the R by. Huh. So it does have a Z component to it. Good to know. For some reason, I was assuming it only has an RGB, but no, it does have the Z component. Beautiful. So in that case, we can actually just take this and then do Unity object to world normal. We didn't even need this tangent stuff. I don't know where I got that from. Map value. And then we use this joint. Oh, because this, what am I thinking of? Oh, this surface may not be aligned. Gotcha, yeah, I remember why there's some weird behavior here, and it's because, this is assuming the object space Z coordinate is aligned with the face, but that may not be the case. So instead, these normal values may be like, let me even draw it so I can even understand what I'm saying here. I haven't used Clip Studio in a while, haven't I? No, not Paint, not Microsoft Paint. I want Clip Studio Paint. Really? Like you're killing me, dog. Killing me. All right, let's I haven't used Clip Paint forever. It's nutty. Also some concept before we had the Anton boss, and then we kind of changed things around. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so let's kind of understand, and by me saying us, I really just mean me understand. Reasonable design in this despicable inherent. Wait, let me read this. What do you say? I'm not lying. I have the TRT there, and I just realized the text is not readable on that. Reasonable design. This is despicable and heresy. Why would anyone be reasonable? Honestly, right? Why would we want to be reasonable in our design? We can make it the absolute spaghetti code. Why would you want to do something reasonable? Why not? Why do that? Don't let the AI take all of our jobs. We got to show them that only humans could write truly terrible and horrendous code. And make this a little transparent. And this is Z, and this is the X and the Y. And if you disagree, you are a heretic. Anyways, so our normal map value, we're reading from the normal map. In fact, actually, this is positive, this is positive, and this is positive. And you can assume the inverse, that this is negative, 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 etc., etc. So our normal values are being kind of changed. Ooh, actually, even our correction here is kind of wrong. Oh my goodness. Oh, I may not be as, yikes. Zoinks, man. Well, no, this might be actually correct. It's going back here. Yeah, so like the ZX. Yeah, so okay, no, we are correct. That's interesting. I'm like learning so much about the normal map format. like the Z is always at like at least minimum 0.5, never 0. That's cool to know. I always wondered why it's always kind of blue hued. It always has a certain element of blue, and that's why. Okay. So we're gonna change something a little here. We're gonna make Z here be positive. We're gonna change our positive axes just to make for simplicity. Negative, negative, negative. So if we say that this is a unit, axis, or this is like within a unit circle, we can assume that the value over here at the end of it is like -1, and this is 1. In fact, I already have negatives here. This is -1, that's +1, and this is +1, and that's -1. Yeah. And you can see where this stuff is. So the value space that the normal map we're reading is going to have vectors along. First of all, it's always going to be here. It's never going to be back here. It's always assuming we're facing the camera. And then from there, it's going to be kind of shooting. It's going to be shooting off like depending on whatever color we have, right? But that's kind of, if we have like a side profile here, where this is like, let's say the Y and this is the Z, and you can't see the X because it's perfectly aligned to us, the value space that we can occupy are here. We can have a vector going here, we can have a vector going here, but never back here. No, sure, Messi. So that's cool. The reason we can't use just this value as is because in the shader, the face could be aligned in different ways. So if it was aligned coincidentally with the Z-axis, then this would be fine. We can just use the normal map value as is, and it would map correctly to the surface here. But if we had a surface aligned to the YZ plane, like so, then we'd have issues. We'd have significant issues, because any of the values that are supposed to be over here potentially, like on the sprite, like let's say like there's a, I don't know, the player's arm and their head's right here or whatever, and you have your little thing there for his face and whatever, and he's happy or whatever. Let's say like there's supposed to be a vector here that's pointing more over there. Well, that's gonna be just not applied at all, because the vector is pointing in an invalid space. It's not gonna be valid. So we either get weird results or we try to correct for it and we just end up clipping it. So that's not great. So cool. We have to, that means because the surface of the object of the first surface of rendering can be in any kind of orientation, we have to actually make this normal value be relative to the surface, which is why we have this whole normal thing, the normal and tangent that we're passing into our shaders. So we can get feel for where is the z-axis for it, and for where potentially our x and y axis are going to be. And then we can do the correct stuff there. We can shift the values to be relative to it. So you might be asking yourself, all right, that sounds easy on principle, right? But Marco, what do we do? How do we do that? And the answer is really simple. The answer is I don't know. I have an idea. It's probably involving some dot product, but I really don't know. So we're gonna kind of figure this out today, and it's either gonna be fantastic or terrible. Either or, it's going to be something. Something. Okay. So let's think about this a little bit. We kind of jumped the gun there with the world normal. In fact, we're gonna just move this down, make some scratch space for ourselves, say to do the thing. Yep, that's very helpful. Very helpful code comment. So where are we with this? So you've read the value, we've corrected it. Resultant component range are let's just document this stuff good. Let's actually do some dang decent documentation. So we try to move it above here. That way we don't keep having this fighting against the indentation. X -1 to 1. Y would be the same. Z shall be 0 to 1. Should always be positive. Okay, that's a cool assumption we have going on there. Cool assumptions to work with, to operate with. Now, from here, we have so we have this orientation and we have this orientation that's arbitrary technically, but we're given the normal to that, right? How do we transform this to be applied onto here? Well, we can get the value. Oh, we can get the component values here and then multiply against the actual component values that are provided there. Because at the end of the day, we just need we're gonna have vector construction. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna do some kind of math on top of the normal. Like we're gonna be modifying the normal in some way. So if like we have let's say I have the normal here and then the red actual value for I don't know, for the normal map is like to the left. Well, we got to shift that to there. Oh, we actually want to override it though. I guess we could try multiplying the normal by that. But it has to be applied to the axis relative to it. So let me actually figure that out actually. This is an object space. Maybe this is not going to be as fun to program on stream, honestly. There's going to be a lot of mental stuff. Not world normal. Actually, that's technically an object space. For reasons, float 3 tangent and that's going to be like either the x or y axis relative to it. And then float for other axis. It's going to be I dot, or I guess cross, normal, and tangent. I'm not even sure which one this is, X or Y or whatever. Give me something. Okay. Well, anyways, let me put on some music or some atmosphere stuff. Keep me calm and chill. Yeah, that always feels nice. So this is going to be equivalent to space z-axis. Or really it's going to be surface and that's gonna be okay, that's gonna be the object space vectors that define each axis relative to the face. Okay, I think we're onto something here. And then we have this normal map value. It's still like arbitrary to that though. So I guess we just multiply the components directly onto each phase. Oh, I'm trying to think here. No. Ultimately that's aligned to the Z. Or maybe what we need, okay, actually, maybe what we actually need is because I was gonna say we can get the delta between, but that would just be the X and Y components, wouldn't it? Just without the Z components. So adding onto that is not gonna be, it's gonna matter. So you can do like a component dot product, or dot product on each component. What do you do with that though? It's going to show you how aligned or not aligned it is, but there's no real point in seeing how unaligned they are. And I get why I did okay, I get what I did before, because I would get what I did before was take the X and Y component, ignore the Z, and just like multiply one of these axes by them, or the X and Y axis. So let's even go back to the picture. because this is ideally going to be producing a like let's say if this vector is like, I don't know, this is an incorrect value, but let's say it's like -1, -1, +1, or -1, 1, -1. Like if it's here and that coordinate, we'd have the adjacent one and then some other one that's gonna be kind of over here. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. That's gonna be a weird, this is deceptively tricky. And I don't want to look it up how you do this. I'll probably look up after I have some kind of solution, but I kind of want to see if I want to like keep kind of hitting my head against this and see what I produce. I think it's gonna be a beneficial thing, even if I don't get the proper answer, the most efficient answer. It's gonna force me to think about this stuff in a very different way, or at a deeper level probably, or hopefully. There's the other option of like making a sprite or a sprite texture that is aligned to the z-axis, so then I could just use this and just assume everything's going to behave the way I want it to. That would be the most convenient of solutions, but that feels almost like a cop-out. Like I kind of want to see if I can make this a more generalized thing. Cause it's cool to have that, but to have that mesh, but it'll be nice if they can just work with Unity's normal mesh. In fact, let me actually check something. What does the object space look like for this object, for the quad in Unity? Local space. Gotcha. So it's like flipped. So the Z is flipped. So technically I could use the, like I could just use the normal map and just flip the Z value. That actually might just be fine for this. Instead of finding a way to kind of align these vectors. Yeah, Unity object to world normal. And just flip the z-axis, like that z equals negative or times equals -1 to flip it. And just use world normal for this. Like that might just be fine. Where is the player sprite? Yeah, cozy light. Cozy sprite. Like that might just be good enough. That might just be fine, honestly. It feels like a cop-out because I'd like this to be a generalizable thing where I can use it on other surfaces, but yeah, I mean, it works. There is this weird thing though where like it either pops in or pops out in like chunks. That's weird to me. I don't know why that's the case. Instead of just being kind of smooth. Yeah, that feels odd to me. I have to look into this. Why does this shader do that? When we pass in the normal, like what's contributing to that actually? Is that the sunlight cast shadow, or is that no? Because then the cast shadow would be oh, I guess it is actually. How about point lights? How does it behave with point lights? Ooh. Point lights are weird. Why are point lights weird? That's how it's supposed to behave. But over here it's like being front lit by it. That's weird. I don't know why that's behaving like that. Yeah, it's like flipped for some reason. Why are you like this? World normal. Point light, why do you behave this way? Because that's like incorrect. Direction. Where is world normal used? Between direction and world normal. You gotta be flipped. Nope. That's very odd. Like it's almost behaving like we want it to. Of course, a stupid audio issue. Stupid audio issue. It's almost behaving like we want it to, except it's not. It's very strange. Why? Why are you like this? But with sunlight, it's perfectly fine. Like it's actually hitting the top of the head the way you want it to. It's oh. Oh, there's something kind of funky going on here. These chunks are like either hit or not hit. One second, let me just do this normal inversion. Get rid of this. Yeah, while it still kind of behaves the way you'd expect it. Yes, this is weird still. Okay, this is all weird. This is all very odd. Sprite, mesh render, yeah. A local position at, I mean, they're both the same. Very interesting. It's like lit from the top. Yeah, like that's, it's like being front lit. But from this alignment, it's behaving the way it's supposed to be. Like, is there a thing where... Are we just not converting this correctly? Like, Unity object to world normal, normal map value. And that's this joint. There's world normal and there's world dir. I'm assuming normal is what we're supposed to be using, though they're producing pretty similar result. Here it's being frontlit, rimlit. Oh, brother. Brother. Bump map, UV. Let me even inspect the bump map. Like, what's actually going on here? What are we looking at? Like, if I do the whole normal circle, yeah, that's kind of what you're kind of supposed to expect. So what? How does this translate to lighting? Light source is coming this way, and it says surface is facing. So you actually want this to be flipped the other way. Oh, this is perplexing. Because if it's facing the wrong way, you almost want to have two different types of lighting that happens. Where like, or two different normals to use for light calculation. Oh, this is perplexing. This is actually quite perplexing. I need to figure out this whole hard light thing too, because it's not. Actually, there might be some insight into this. Like, this might be a product not of smoothing, but like a fundamental issue in how we do sampling. Yeah, because so what I'm talking about is there's a circumstance where, let's say we have this quad here, and let's say the normal map is like, instead of going here, it's supposed to be actually like here, right? And right now we determine how surfaces are lit depending on how aligned these light sources are. So if they're opposing each other, that means they're directly facing each other, which means we want this to be very lit. But in the circumstance where like this area is available, to get the cool shading effect we have, you actually want the opposite, where if this is facing there, we actually rather use the normal that's facing that to determine of whether this fragment should be lit or not. So it's like I almost feel like you want to have two passes almost. And maybe I should. Flip equals normal value, and then after that, what do we do here? Oh, this is gonna be so jank. It might be like double illuminated. This actually might be wrong, like outright. Oh, this is the sunlight's using the Oh. No, the sunlight's using the world normal. It's just jank. There's just so many levels of jank. It's far more. There's far more involved in this than I would have expected, or than I expected, to get this desired behavior. Even with the mesh aligned the way you'd want it to, and every like all these, even with the assumptions you'd want to have in mind, it's still not. I'm not doing things right. This is not as simple as you'd expected. What happens if I do this? It's gonna be wrong, but so strange. That's the why. That is so strange, man. It's so strange. Like, why is it snapping like that? Why is? Because there's no variability here. I'm sure about of that much. This is filtering. But I don't think filtering even changes anything significant on them. Like, it almost makes me want to use the other filter. Or we have like a shader that just it's so freaking, I don't understand, man. I really don't. Honestly, very perplexing, man. What is value here? This value here would be like -1, which if I look here in scene, we look at the player and their sprite. That makes sense. -1 on the X. Y is mid, X is really 1. Yeah, like I'm 64. Repeat. Rat mode. RGBA. Yep. Generate bitmaps. Ignore grayscale. Normal map. Yep. Does that affect anything? That actually does affect stuff. The normal map setting there actually kind of messed it. Really? No shot. So you're telling me using Unity's normal map settings, this is actually messed up our calculations? Oh my goodness. That's really going on. What does Unity do when you set this to normal map? Oh, brother. Okay, so that's good to know. I should probably look into this. But yeah, I guess if we're doing our own calculation for this, then it makes sense of why. I don't even know why that's the case though. I should probably Google. I should probably look into this because maybe the value range, like maybe it's the value range for pixels is different then. Like maybe that's what's going on here. Oh my goodness. I would have never guessed. Never would I have guessed. I was going crazy. I was going crazy, man. Oy. Yeah, let's make this normal default. Yeah, maybe when you see normal map, it changes the value ranges, which is why our value ranges are so weird and borked. Maybe it's not like that 0 to 1 to -1 to 1 range thing I was doing may not actually have been needed because we're using that normal map type in Unity, and that's why we're getting this weird stuff. It's still a little jank, but that seems unrelated. Running. Why is the running weird? 1 second. Run. Okay, in the running we didn't fix that. So of course it's gonna be incorrect. Okay, this is moment of truth. This is either we've figured it out and life is good and we're happy. Yeah, that looks more correct. And then here. Yeah, buddy. I mean, the rim light's not correct, but the right areas are being lit properly, it seems. Cool. It's still jank though. I don't know why there's like this blocking that's happening. Like even in areas, if you look at the normal map, everything is very flat. Like this inner region should be flat. So I'm not sure why there's this like blocking that happens. It's very strange. I'm not sure why that is. Like maybe I don't know. I don't know. Hey, but this is cool though. It's happening. The thing's going. At least we have it. It's present now. It's not like before where we just kind of fully deactivated it. It's like no, it's actually available. It's not as good as the shader we did for the game engine one though. That's still very, very cool. I think I'm gonna have to do something like that actually. Because clearly there's something weird or off about this. Because it's really square and boxy. It's very odd. I guess we, you know what, honestly, it might be the fact that we have like this either or type thing going on here. Because I'm noticing the shadows, due to being facing away, are kind of, they're kind of, they're like binary. They're either lit or not lit. And I'm curious as to this method here. Why it doesn't do like a gradient as opposed to snapping hard. Value is lit. Yeah, what is this going on here? Why do we have this going on here? So we have direction, we have intensity, which is proportionate to the distance times point intensities, and then value is going to be normalized product world direction times world normal. Okay. Why do we do this shift again? I don't even know. Let's comment this out. Can we get something softer? Yeah, it's so weird that this is like either or. It's like snap to it. Maybe it's in the, something with the color compositing that happens here. Light composite. Total. Yeah, we don't use a light count, I guess. What's happening here? We have this shadow. We have this luminance value. Divided by total. Wait. Yeah, total should be added. No, that just shifts that. Doesn't change how extreme these values are. And then shadow components always. One, what happens if I do? Nothing, okay. Environment shadow, albedo. And then where does the final lerp happen? Shadow, and it's illuminance. That just changes the range, but it doesn't change how smooth the lit and unlit parts are. So I'm going back to here as a suspect for what's going on. Clamp 01. Yeah, what is this going? What is all this business? It's so chunky. I'm so confused. I'm surprised these little changes aren't breaking more things as far as light calculation is concerned. But maybe I'm just not exploring enough and I'm not seeing the terrible effects we're causing to this world. like it comes in chunks. Like it's so strange. Is there anything else weird with the materials? Idle. Right face. Anything else that's potentially weird, odd, or mysterious about you? Maybe are you not big enough? Nope. 64 by 64 is your native sprite range. Okay. That's fine. It's not a compression thing, it seems like. Point no filter, nope. Yeah, it's not clean at all. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because we're not using a lossless format. Oh my goodness, the format. The format. I think the issue was just the formatting, because now we're not having that weird chunking issue. I still wish the pixels were more but I think that's it. I think that's actually the issue here was the format. Yeah, because either all or none. Interesting. What else do you have? No, we should have this weird like fade in thing that's going on. I don't know why. Oh, because they all have this stupid override for WebGL, and no, we're not using it. I don't want it. There we go. There we go. That looks so much. That looks actually better. It's odd that it just snaps in. I wish there's more of a fade in. I could try figuring that out. But this already is a kind of a market improvement. A market improvement, to be sure. Let me bring back this. Yeah, adds way more dynamic range. Yeah, dude. This looks so much better. This looks so much better. Look at the rim lighting. Oh my goodness. Even without the smoothing. Oh, brother. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. And now we just have to do that to everything else. Because these settings are terrible. Are garbanzo. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that was the whole thing. That was the thing. Resize algorithm. RGB 832. Yeah, I think that's everything. Just the maps and the override. That's attack. Let's do dash. Dash is no longer gonna have. Oh, no overrides. Don't believe in them. Honestly, don't even need the RGBA channel. It could just be RGB. But yeah, it's fine. Dash. We did idle already. Jump needs to be corrected now too. Well, that's probably why the jump looks good too. The jumps actually looked pretty fine. It was likely because of that. They actually had the correct compression settings. That's crazy. Run. Then a wall grab. This also has the wrong settings on ya. But it has RGB, so that's correct. Those using normal map, that's wrong. Okay. I think we solved our normal issue. That's kind of insane, but okay. I need to figure out this thing though. It's bothering me how it's like either on or off. And this is the sun lighting. Or is okay. Where is the sun? World position, sunlight process. It's a float value too, so it should not be it shouldn't be just a Boolean thing. Oh, we have the light model. Oh, you know what? Honestly, this might be the issue here is the light model itself. No, this is not it. Let me test something here. What if we do instead of all this, we return luminance. Yeah, so luminance is either yes or no, because we're clamping it. What if we do divided by count? Do we get any gray colors? No, still no gray colors. Still no gray colors. Jeez, man. Let's do this first. Oh, that looks so cool. It's so cool seeing the sprite like this. I almost want to make a game where we only use normal maps. There's no bitmap, texture, albedo, color. It's just this for lighting. But no, this is still not quite right. It's not It's still way too, it's not, I don't know. There's like no dynamic range, it's either on or off, which is kind of nuts. Like it's either on or off. And it's the color that's either added, like actively subtracted from. Interesting. Value ramp, and value ramp is remapping of the dot. Let me change this, because really what we're doing is taking a value range of -1 and 1 and converting it to that's what we're really doing here. So -1 to 1 is now going to become 1 to 0. Away from light. Okay. So I guess these values are just really just too strong. Like they're either going past it or away from it. Like when it does result in the value less than 1, it's just really, really just subtracts all the way from it. If I multiply it, like there's some variability here. But as soon as you exit the domain of this light, you stop getting affected by that, and instead you get affected by this. It's super interesting how this works, or the consequences of how this is implemented. I want to try something. Does not achieve that. It's still either or. Okay, I'm just not understanding something critical about how I implemented this. And it's funny too, because like I wrote this. All this is me stuff, and yet I am lost in the sauce of what I did. It's confusing to me. To me, it is confusing. Why is this not as bright anymore? What did I do? I did something at some point. I don't know what I did though. No, that's reintroducing that stuff. Let me do this first. Is it the division here? No, that's light composite though. We need to have that. Or do we? Dude, what? Why is the light composite actually not causing issues from not dividing the total? Like, that's weird. That shouldn't be the case, but I guess it is. Oh, whatever. This looks good though. I'm happy with this. I'm actually very happy with this. Yeah, look at that. Look how the player steps into the light with this. Oh my goodness. This splendid lighting. And then an environment. Oh my goodness. Okay, we made it through. We made it through. Didn't get stuck in the trees this time. Lucky us. Oh yeah, I'm very happy. This is so good. This looks so freaking good. Beautiful. What is all this changes here? Oh, that's all the sprite stuff. Yes, it looks good now. Better normals. Yeah. And push it so we have it saved forever, so Microsoft can use ChatGPT to learn from it. Actually, I should do the poison water thing. I should like push a bunch of terrible code on there and only keep the good stuff local. Gotta get them from the inside. Oh, dude, this is looking beautiful. I'm actually so happy with this normal thing. We have to actually apply it to the other characters. But, yeah, man. I think one thing I want to do, so let's go back to our little to-do list for today. So we have character light spriting. Done. Rounded light values. Abandoned. Because that's a bad idea. Did I know? Abandoned. I never spelled that word before, I guess. Okay. What's next? We can do the player pickup mechanic. So they pick up game objects. That'll be cool. That'll be fun. There's the art side. We can do some character designs and actually have some nice sprites. Now that we have our normal thing working, NPCs are gonna look much better. Let's use our correct shader on her now. Cozy light, cozy sprite. Yeah, look at the difference with her now. Oh my goodness, she looks splendid. Oh wait, let's look at her. Yeah, because this is no longer correct to use these values. I need to figure out what Unity does when I set it to normal, that they modify the values. Because it's some interesting weird effect that happens. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Or it's different. Actually, what happened there between normal? Interesting. Yeah, there's something going on at Unity's end. They're doing something funky. Or I'm doing something funky and I just don't know what they're doing. No, I didn't want to use that. No, siree, Bob. I'm good. Let's take a look at the character and see how she looks in action. So we start up here. And then we jump. Geronimo! Bam. Bam. Let's go pay her a visit. Oh, that's another bug I need to fix. I have to figure out why Unity's terrains vertices snap around. I thought it was due to the PS1 thing I'm doing, but no, that's not it. Okay, so we turn over here. Yeah, it looks correct. That scared me. That's my launcher. I thought that was a sound effect from her. Why is the sound effects not working? It's the stuff I did yesterday. It's the stuff I did yesterday. Oh. I need to make clicking the main menu suspend stuff. That's super weird. That's super odd though. Okay, so the same way we suspend pausing while a dialog box is open, we also have to suspend suspend clicks or dialogues from popping up when pause is initiated. I wonder if there's, it's not technically a race condition because they're not, this is not an asynchronous thing, but I have to figure out which script has priority and execution, so we can adjust for that. Okay, sick though. Very cool. Very happy with this. Now questions. Ooh, I know why this is, the audio is not working well. I think. Where's audio pool? Because we have an array of transients. Did I allocate them to one? No, the transient coefficients are 1, so that's not the issue. So I'm just being, there's something else dumb I'm doing that I'm just not recognizing. Audio sources I, daytime, whatever. And then, do you need to initialize the volume to like 1? I don't know. Or I guess we have this done later. Whatever, we'll deal with the spaghetti code later. Okay, sweet. This is actually pretty cool. I guess we can do some art for a little bit. Some pixel art. That doesn't sound bad. I do have some characters I want to start sketching out and seeing what we can have. I have some characters already written, and I think it'll be good to start exploring how they may look like. Oh wait, there is one more thing though. We wanted to have this idea where the more damage the player has, the more dirty they have. They start appearing, and they start having this miasma sprite appear on top of them. This is gonna be funky. I know how I'm gonna do it. We're just gonna have another texture, have it has some noise on it, have it be blended or filtered, set like a cutoff range, and then anything that's below the cutoff range, have it be drawn with this shader and use this value, and if not, we just use the base color of the character and it's gonna look cool. I just need to actually set the noise. I have to generate that and do that. I kind of don't want to do it though. I think we should do something a little more artsy fartsy for today. Gotta reward yourself a little bit with some art on occasion, right? The question is, do you want to start with sketches, or do we want to start with the pixel art? It's kind of interesting. You yield different results depending on which way you go. I think with a pixel art, you end up start having very dynamic shapes. But, because that's how the Anton boss character was created. Where's my drawing tablet pen? Where is he? Oh, there you are. Beautiful. Okay. I suppose this will be art time. Oh, you know what I want to do? I really want to do some promo art. So I don't know if you guys remember it all, or if anyone remembers. But there is this promotional art I did for Crimson Crown that was pretty cool. I feel super proud about it. What if we do some kind of promotional, because we are going to need some promotion material at some point. What if we do this as well for Messy Mansion? I mean, I'm going to change the name of the game, I think. It might be Stain World. But what if we do something like that for, like, let's say the boss room, or even just the environment? Something that captures the size and scope of this world. 'Cause I think that's the goal of promotional material in general. It's to kind of capture and capture what the experience of this game is going to be, and kind of create that promise in the mind of people who view it. And I think since we're playing a lot with like the sense of scale, we can make some really, whereas like Crimson Crown is very much about like fighting and combat, I feel like something like this game could lend itself more to art, kind of like Echo or Shadow of the Colossus. No, not Echo game art. No, not Echo. I was right, it's Echo. Where it's like, you're like this, for example, where you see the characters, but the environment is like the biggest influence. It's like the thing that frames what you're doing and where you're going and how things appear. Like, you are not the main focus of it, but rather the world is. I like that idea a lot. And selling to people that, hey, this is a place where you're going to be exploring something far bigger than you. One thing I do want to do, unrelated to this, or kind of related to it, is change the camera angle. Because right now it's very centered on the player. And I think I'd rather have, like, okay, let me, snipping tool. So the player is very much at the center here. I think I'd rather have the player appear more down below here and have the environment just envelop them far more. I need to play around with that to see how that feels mechanically. Because I'm not sure there's much utility to having the player be super centered on screen. And in some ways it kind of limits what you can see. I don't know. This is cool though. Let me actually explore a little bit. Actually, let me go into developer mode so I can start, so I don't have to collect the power-ups to explore. Because there's still more of the level I want to... My ADHD is going crazy because I went from a character design to promo art to surveying the level and or maybe level design. So, oh, I still need to do the... Oh. I haven't hooked up the developer mode to the new ability system I implemented. So we have to navigate this world using just normal vanilla wall jumps and yeah, just wall jumps. There we go. It's kind of cool how much you can explore just with the wall jumping. The wall jumping really does quite a lot for you. Like again here, like this feels like something where having the player be positioned lower on the screen would expose more of the area above you. I can't go look beyond here. I fear that I'm not getting that achieving that same sense of scale that I would have desired. And I wonder what I would need to do to achieve that better. Maybe play around with the camera FOV. That might be part of it. Like, where is the main camera? Oh yeah, increasing the FOV definitely does that. Definitely does something, but this player looks so tiny now. This might be it though. Yeah, that really does change the field. Oh, stupid. I need to fix the audio bug. Yeah, that really does do something though. It really does. Oh, no. I thought it could have made. Let's get out of here. No! Well, good thing I didn't implement the death plane. Or I guess I forgot to fix that bug, but I think it might have been more convenient if I actually died there, because I would have gone back to the checkpoint or the last start point. I think. Ignore the Z fighting. That's not real. It can't hurt you. It's not real. This feels so weird playing the game like this. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, maybe like a lower FOV, like bigger, but not that much bigger. Like how we had it at 60 before, right? So yeah, like 80, maybe 90, 85. Okay, so that feels. Oh yeah, dude, it really does achieve that effect. I think I need to make the player slightly emissive, so even when they're in the shadow, they still appear a little bit bright and discernible. It's not open world experience. It actually is. It literally is. It quite literally is a open world game. Dude, the FOV changes things so much. Like here, the world doesn't seem as big. Here, oh my goodness, you're a little tiny baby boy, little tiny baby man. It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's do the emissive thing so we can make sprites still appear kind of bright. 1 second. There's gonna be a simple one. We're gonna do a little LARP, a little. Oh, so what's up, DMK? Good to see you, man. We're gonna do a little gamer move here, a little pro gamer move. It's called color LARP, and then a p-value of like 0.5. That's totally what we call emissive. Tune in on the previous few streams. How's it been going? It's chilling. It's chilling. Getting back into things. Getting back into the swing of things. Oh, the camera's gonna be weird now. The camera angles are gonna be odd. Like, I go talk to her. Actually, the camera angles don't look terrible. That's kind of crazy. They should have been terrible, but they're not. Yeah, it's been going. Yeah, just getting back into the swing of things. I took a little breaky break. But now we're getting back into this. Meow, meow. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think we have to do some playtesting. I think we have to. I have to give y'all like Messy Mansion A and B, one with like a field of view like 83, and then one of like, oh, maybe 73 might be a reasonable. This still feels pretty big in terms of scale, but you can still see the player pretty well. I think that's a reasonable. That is a reasonable Is the bug still happening? Yeah, I need to fix that bug. Oh, did you remember the value I set there? I know you don't remember because my stupid face is covering it. No. I use a perspective of 70, I think, 73, I think. I don't know. I wonder how the boss battle feels now with the Anton bot. Like, I wonder how that feels with this new size and scale. All right, let's just go get the dang power up. I'm still divided. I'm not sure if I want to do fall damage or not. Fall damage feels kind of lame. But at the same time, it kind of adds to that immersion, right? Like, hey, don't be an idiot. Oh, I can't traverse it in reverse because I designed it where you're able to get the dash over there and then dash to over here. But you can't get over here without that. Oh no. Well, that's an interesting bug. It's supposed to take you back to your start point if you haven't touched a checkpoint yet. But I think we just actually died. I think Dudesky actually died here. Permadeath, yeah. See, in Messy Mansion, if you die, we just format your computer. That's just what we do. We do delete Win32, wipe it clean, smell you later. That's kind of funny, actually. That is so... Wow, that felt a little real there. Okay, let's put the player back in their spawn point. Bombs strike people's houses when they lose. Urging to plant a bunch of fake evidence on your computer and then call the FBI. That's what happens when you lose the game. This is the second time it popped up today, making my game malware. What if, guys, what if we make Messy Mansion malware? What if we make it the new Norton, not Norton VPN, McAfee? That sounds like a fun little prank. Nothing says building trust like installing a zip bomb on people's computers. Even the intro area just feels different. Look how bright it is. Like, you don't even see his original face. You just see pure white. That's how bright it is. And then say goodbye to the music. Oh my goodness. Official Bonzi Buddy equivalent. What's a Bonsai Buddy? I kind of missed that. Did I really do it again? There we go. Oh my goodness. We triggered the thing. At least the volume control worked. That would suck if it didn't. Maybe we'll save the zip bomb for the Cozy OS. Like, we start with the idea, the cute idea for the website, and then we actually make a real operating system, and then on said operating system, once people adopt it, we start making questionable updates that lead to people getting all their information took, turning their machines into crypto mining machines. Just the whole works, you know. Bonsai Buddy. What are we looking at here? Oh, this guy. I recognize this virus. Freeware desktop virtual assistant created by Joe and Jay Bonzi. It would share jokes, facts, very nice. Remember when we had these? I haven't seen one of those in a while. I saw there's someone making a game that's actually like that, except with, I think with anime girls. Because of course, described as spyware and adware and discontinued in 2004 after the company behind it faced lawsuits regarding softwares. As it remained open even after its discontinuation. I like how this was a big deal back then, spyware and adware, and then now we just kind of accept it. Like, hey, before this would get you lawsuits, nowadays it's just the price you pay to consume your brain rot. We just all accept that Google, like everything on our Android phones or Google spyware or whatever. Yeah, there's no escaping. We just accept it. Back then, we fought. Not we. They. I wasn't even. I was born. I was just not conscious yet. I need to find it. Cause I remember seeing it and how the modern desktop buddy thing, and I just thought that's kind of cringe. But that's kind of cool, at least. That's a thing. It's cool that people are still doing that. I thought the tradition had died. Meow. Meow. Oh, I suck. I suck at my own game. Come on. Oh, dude, the normal map looks so much better now with our changes. Oh, this looks freaking great. I should 3D model the light thing already. I've been meaning to do it and I just haven't. We need a cozy cabin desktop buddy. What would that even look like? Out of curiosity. Okay, look at that. There's a weird glitch that happens here where it's like you can, like it just keeps you propelling forward up the ramp. I don't know what the thing is, but I've triggered it like a couple times now. Maybe we'll let speedrunners figure that out. Yeah, what would our bonsai buddy be? Definitely not Dudesky. I don't think he's charismatic in that cute way. Okay. You can see a way out there. You can dash. Huh. Go here. Now we got the double jump. And we're still facing the fire, just blazing in our face. And now, toi. Yeah, very different sense of scale. I think it'd be more impactful if the camera was more like defaults to a very low angle. And there's me NPC 2. Okay, we're gonna get back to character design because we do need to do character NPC 2. Because with that character, we're gonna have to implement a new type of dialogue structure for characters. Right now we have an NPC that just says one line of dialogue and that's it. That's it. That's her whole life. That's all she is. That's her whole personality. But we have to have dialogue systems for things that progress. No. For things that progress and that trigger like quest structures, I guess technically. Technically it'd be like a quest structure. With a setup, request, and then a resolution. Something very simple. But beyond that, yeah, I think we're getting close to like a public beta test though. I've already uploaded a version to test with that, and I already found a bunch of bugs in it, so I've been fixing it. But yeah, I think we're getting closer and closer to a proper public test again. I mean, there's a significant amount of stuff here. I just need to find, there's like a one missing piece. There's like one infinity stone missing for this game. I still need to quite figure out, which is like, we have this whole cleaning mechanic and there's still no hard requirements or anything defined for it, and it's partially just due to me kind of going back and forth. Burp, burp, burp. Yeah, because it'd be cool if this cleaning thing has a way bigger significance on even like questing and whatnot. Not questing, but oh, what am I doing? Why am I going back over here? Brr. But yeah, like there should be like some consequences to this, to whether or not you actually clean up certain areas or not. Okay. I still have the typo. Leave me alone. That's so weird. He's hard, man. Like I thought it made him a little bit easier, but nah, it still feels kind of hard, man. Each has a cleaning span that increases with how much you clean. Die! Die! Don't touch me. You're scaring me. And I need to have the bullets deallocate too. That should probably happen. But yeah, you beat him and then you have this happen. All of a sudden, some walls go down. The area becomes far brighter now as a result. And oh my goodness, there's a whole new thing to explore. Probably add more to it. There's also one more step. He's not gonna just die. There's actually a whole thing that can happen there, or that's gonna happen. Each has a cleanliness value, how much you clean, and the more cleaned areas, the more NPC missions are unlocked. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about, because there's a specific, the first one I'm like actual quest I'm thinking about was the idea of these two characters, and at some point one character wants you to bring something to the other character, like a message of sorts. And I think it'll be cool if you can only access that area once and deliver that to the character only once you clean, like you clear a path. I was thinking maybe like having you clear a path and they can go there themselves maybe, but it could be something where it's just an actual physical barrier that's dictated based off of how clean an area is. So the less clean it is, the more it's there. But if a certain area goes below a certain threshold, or a certain threshold, then it unlocks the area. And then it's like incentive to beat the boss, because like the boss constantly pollutes that, right? Yeah, and you can use these abilities to cross this bridge. And then I haven't even thought about this area at all. But yeah, there's like there's some ideas here. Though I'm thinking like the release of this game might only be just one world. I don't know, there's quite a lot. I mean, maybe it's because just due to this one levels also require me to implement a bunch of other things, and I'm not gonna have to implement them once I get to the next world. But I'm still debating, because I really want to have variability. I want to have like a bunch of different environments for people to, at least like 3 environments. One here, one winter world with city stuff, city architecture. Yeah, I feel like I want to explore more different types of biomes. It's cool how the miasma, I think it's cool how it's like, it's the only thing that cuts through the dust or through the fog and just kind of pulsates continuously. I think that's pretty neat. I think that's pretty cool. I need to think a little bit more about the fog. I'm using a linear value, but I may try to interpolate it to be much more, to extend further out. I don't know. I have to think about this a little bit more. But yeah, a lot of ideas. Quite a lot of ideas. Yeah, it just kind of reminds you, hey, you gotta clean this dipwad, so better do it if you want to get a clear view. It also kind of beckons people like, hey, there's areas stuff you can do over here. Actually, does this? It does. And I'm back here. Checkpoints, they behave like you expect them to. Crazy. Anyways, why is this red? I guess because it's lit from the sun too. I don't know, but that's weird. Oh, let's not do that. What if we do something where, because there's another question we have to answer, which is how does a player retrieve, like, refill their heart, their HP? Like, how do we do that? We can do the easy route where it's like, if you go to a checkpoint, you can just wash off and you clean yourself off, and that's fine. We can do a Death Stranding thing where it's like, hey, if the player just sits down, like we may have an animation for them to sit down, they can just chill, and that also recovers over time. I don't know. Maybe have bonfires. You have to pick up wood to start a fire. I don't know. I think this whole water washing thing, though, is more in line with what we're doing thematically. I never noticed the water has the same kind of effect as the miasma. Like the timing, I think. No, the timing's off. That was just by coincidence. Alright, anyways. Things to ponder. Yeah, we need to sprinkle in quite a bit more life into this world. We'll get there. And we'll get there by actually doing some characters, right? That's kind of important. And some enemies. I need to add some more enemies. Yourself off. You could have small pots of water and random baths that heal at various amounts depending on how much water is in the bucket. Except for the fountains are one use. Okay. Yeah, that's actually good idea. Like, I like the idea of like buckets or pots or whatever. Because there's a specific area within the boss battle that I was thinking would be perfect for that kind of thing. Where, here, if someone's inquisitive, because look, once you enter the boss battle, you fall down there. You can't get out. Like, you're there, buddy. You either sink or swim. That's what you're gonna do. One way or the other, it's gonna happen. So I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to have some health, like stuff like that, health items tucked away in secret areas, like here or over there. I need to be kind of because we need to spread stuff around the world. There's only so many power-ups you can afford the player. So, but things like that, where it's just you can always consume it, is always useful. And then we can always reset it on death or something. So it's not finite. I like that idea. We have to model something here. This light. Let's make it stronger. Yeah, there's a lot to do this. There's a lot to explore. I'm actually pretty hyped. Alright, this guy. What is this guy gonna look like? Kind of have a Frankenstein looking head. We've made him look a little disheveled. Like have some hair grown out. Makes me realize I never really see Frankenstein depicted with a beard or mustache or anything. Yeah, I'm trying to also avoid. I don't know. I've grown to kind of not like super anime visuals. Like, yeah, there's some things, like there's some characters I would definitely still use that for, but I don't know. I like having some variety in appearance. That's just something I've been thinking about for a while. Pluton or Pluto, that anime is actually fantastic. And one thing I really like about it is that the character designs are super varied. Pluto characters. Like if you look at them, they're no, not that Pluto anime. Like if you look at the characters. Okay, maybe not the kids. Can we have the adults? Can we please have? Okay, like even the main heroes here, like they look very distinctive. Yeah, Pluto is such a cool dog. Like very distinctive design. Okay, I want to see the other characters. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just like that. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with that. I don't know. We could also go the other route of going like the route of Babdi and having kind of very like one template, but a really weird template that that just makes everything feel odd and distinct. Like, it definitely doesn't feel like between the characters in the game, it's derivative, but like compared to the general media, super weird and different and unique and pops. Doesn't this guy look like Cortex? Like Neo Cortex from Crash Bandicoot a little bit. If I gave him this and I gave him that, like you would kind of look like you would kind of look like Cortex. And if I want him to look a little bit older. Okay. What if we do like that joint? Maybe give him a little jawline. Little jawline. I feel like I gotta distort this a little bit more. It's something, but I think we can afford to have a little bit more. Party in the back. Maybe I should use like a thinner brush. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to flick you. Maybe. Let me check something real quick. Let me do a little check-a-rino on something. Okay. All right. Next one. We're gonna just keep iterating. Let's do a side profile. Let's do some goofy shapes and see where that leads us. Give him a little Kaku nose. Okay, what comes from this shape? What comes from this shape? Oh, you know what, honestly, I think you might be onto something. You might be onto something. Got that crazy jawline. He has that Cagliostro, Casso Cagliostro jawline. The super wide stuff. He's got that Don Chinjao head. I need to look at pictures of old people. Old people. How much of this is AI generated? What do you think the percentage is? Out of curiosity. He looks too happy, but I want to find a bitter old man. No, the wrinkles help. Like this kind of, I have it going a little too far. This needs to end here. And there's like another line that happens there. The elephant room, we gotta figure out this nose. We can either try to smooth it out or we can just lean into it. I'm not no coward. I think we're gonna lean into it. Rain or shine, we're committed to it. The Schnauzer. Yeah, I think we just... Yeah, don't detail too much. Keep it kind of abstract because we don't even know what's going on here. Give him that pointy head. And we give him that. The bald tufts. This man did not go to Turkey. He did not go to Turkey. He did not get that Turkey treatment. He accepted his fate. He said, nah, we let it rock. Now, there's a thing that happens though. Old Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, this is the kind of detail I'm looking for. Yeah, they have that kind of Muppet thing that happens. You know what I'm talking about? Whoa, when did that happen? Like, this is kind of arcing down, but I think we're gonna actually go, we're gonna have it keep going. Oh, it's gonna be fun to convert this to pixel art. This is actually gonna be such a fun thing to do pixel art for. Okay, I think I think we have something going on here. Yeah, the hair is ambiguous. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that. And then, of course, gotta have the hanging neck. Got some in my throat. Ever have a little leftover to save for later? The tie that's almost coming undone. He looks content. He looks too happy. I don't want him to be happy. I want him to be a little bit morose. And I think maybe not even have this be a frown, but maybe more of a more neutral expression. And then maybe have like a color group here. That kind of obscures his eyes. Yeah. Okay. Out of these three, I kind of like this one. This one's like the most interesting looking one. About it. Separato. 64, 64. Meow, meow, meow. Most of the details translate pretty well too. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty cool. Can we just have a normal palette? Thank you. Honestly, we could just duplicate this one. Like, it's actually pretty decent how well aligned it is. I think you can convert these to that color. Can we please? I selected the wrong layer. Come on, from this one to this one. Tolerance. That looks good. These damn kids. Okay. So I'll start doing some color grouping. Of course, gotta give them the grays. The grays and delete, delete. Remove this guy. This is gonna come together pretty quick, I think. A little bit of apricot here and there. Okay, let's make him like the soul has been sucked out of him, so we're gonna make it desaturated, a little bit darker. Very just not good. And then what are we gonna do with this secondary color tone? A little bit darker, a little bit desaturated, maybe even a little bit blue. By chance. A little blue has never done no one wrong. Uh-huh. Just so his shadows look a little bit like overcast. Yeah, we'll play around with this color a little bit more. I like this shadow group a little bit more. Tolerance. No tolerance here. Zero tolerance. We're not gonna be very picky. And then a little darker, maybe a little bit warmer color. Try to bring things together a little bit. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this lighting. I think we're going to do some ambient lighting. So actually have like this color be reflective, reflecting down from the bottom and below him. So his jaw's going to pick up on some of that color. Yeah. Very mature colors, Marco. Very nice. Very distinct. Mature. Let's save this as, I don't know. Let's go to characters. And NPC. Man. Old man. A father. Just so we don't forget nothing. Just so we don't lose nothing important. Is it me or does this kind of look like the like a PSX art for like Metal Gear Solid 1? Like the OG Metal, not even Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear. Just that game. There's something about it that just kind of reminds me of it. Just me? Just me? For like the PSX. Not intentional, but it's kind of cool that it happened. It's like he's trying to see. I want to look a little bit more resigned. Like he's got cataract or something. Okay, how's this looking? Dude, I'm surprised. This actually looks pretty like distinct, like very illustrative almost. Like I'm actually, wow. Like super goofy proportions, but actually kind of serious. It's actually kind of wow. And let's choose a color for his eyebrows. It's a little too warm. Oh, it keeps doing that. I thought I installed the custom firmware, but it still does that. Not sure what to do about it. It is the burden we bear. I'll boost the music a little bit. Can't hear it that well. It's kind of interesting doing these characters because I start thinking more about who they are, what's going through their minds, where they are in their life, and where do they wish they could be. In this case with this character, I wonder what his regrets are. That seems to be the most poignant thing that comes to my mind when it comes to him. He keeps reminding me of Edwin with his profile. Who's Edwin? Edwin from what? Edwin Hubble. I'm not sure if that's who you're referring to. I wasn't planning to give him like suspenders, but I almost kind of feel like suspenders would fit him super well here. I was gonna just give him a tie, a loose tie. I wish I could explain without sounding insane. What do you mean wish you could explain without sounding insane? I just need the reference. Who is Edwin? It's kind of crazy how much work goes into a game. It's like, it's almost like you gotta make the game or something. Yeah, I'm curious now, like who is this? It was a meme earlier this year. Okay. Edwin meme. My name is Edwin. Is this who you're talking about? This actually would have been a great reference. I mean, it's a similar kind of lighting. It's like silhouetted lighting. And they're both gonna be kind of dressed up. I don't think it's crazy. That's pretty funny though. I've never seen that meme in my life though. I'm not gonna lie. My brain rot repertoire is not where it needs to be. The only thing I really remember recently that's pretty brain rotty is BBs. The invincible thing. Mark, we can be bees. We're like a pet. A pet? A pet. Mark, you can live for 30 years. Splendid meme. Splendid brain rot. Become a bee. That's amazing. I love that with any medium that, or any not medium, any show that becomes popular, so will be the brain rot. Like you will find some new brain rot. It's kind of crazy though. Invincible especially has been super brain rotty. It's kind of amazing how that works. It's so good. It keeps playing my brain, man. We can be bees. This is insane. This is good news, Mark. Good news. It's kind of funny how tiny his body is in comparison to his head when you look at it. Like I said, this old man does not have enough, like, spots on him. That's not right. Kind of looks like an egg head. Like it already looked like a egg head, but like the little dots added somehow make it. It reminds me of like a Yoshi's Island, like a Yoshi eggshell that got cracked or something. Like I can't help but see that. Oh, we haven't done the flip test, have we? Yeah, it works pretty good. It's not very often where I do the flip test and I'm like I'm horrified by what I see. It's usually pretty decent. I mean, it's amazing what can be considered decent when you just don't care. No, I care though. I care immensely. Oh, one other element though is I kind of want to have him be stained, like have that filter, like have that miasma thing kind of running across him. I forget what the colors were. 1 second, can we pour favor? Or actually I could just get it from a sprite. Let me get it from a sprite. He looks so different compared to the other sprite characters. He does not look good. He's not look happy at all. My man. I'm sorry, man. You had to suffer. Trash bag, player, enemy, slime. This changed. I think that's the, yeah, this is the correct color palette. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with this colors a little bit more. Start with the dark medium tone. Or actually, this medium tone. I want to think how I'm gonna have this kind of interact with him. Kind of sucks. It's gonna mess up some of the cool lighting we have going on here, but we must do what we must for the thematic effect. Is it? I wonder if that comes across that he's like stained and kind of infected with this thing. I ponder. Trying to also make this feel like not like a fabric, but an actual like goopy kind of substance. Something that kind of spreads, but I don't know, man. This whole thing's weird. There's only 4 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness, it's only 4 colors. Does this look too noisy though? I like how simple and clean this looked. This kind of just, I don't know. It would be simpler if we just became bees. This wouldn't be a problem if we just became bees. Bees. Guys, I think it's time to become bees. Let's be bees. Okay. Okay, I think this is something. I think this is a thing. Do you feel creative yet? I'm not sure if I feel creative yet. Let's do the flip test again. And wow, that's pretty crazy. I feel the same amount of creative. Oh yeah, that looks... I think this all works well. Alright, sweet. Okay, I need to get some food, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the company as I worked on this, and I don't know. I'm thinking about potentially doing some code dev streams. Well, not streams, but like just hang out in the VC and Discord. I thought I was gonna do that today, but I don't know. Just felt like working on it a little bit. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the company, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I'll catch you.